kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Second, cuts to the corner, take the shot, he scores!
Six, Tommy Ketchum. A senior, number 4, Noah Rinsema. A junior, number 8, Charlie Codman. A sophomore, number 12, Lucas Beldinger. Junior, number 18, Creighton Tikach. A senior, number 5, Kevin Obudu. A senior, a sophomore, Connor Abrams. A freshman, number 1, Cooper Morse. A sophomore, number 8, Asher Holbren. A sophomore, number 9, Simon Maratz. And finally, a senior, number 15, Dale Calloway. The Woodland Hills team is coached by Christopher Conti, assisted by Ken Thomas. And now the starting lineups for tonight's Peters Township Indians. In goal this evening, a senior, number 30, Jack Stewart. At defender, a sophomore, number 2, Colin Exley. At midfield, a senior, number 3, Brady Rose. At striker this evening, a junior, number 6, Keaton Kelly. At defender, a senior, number 8, Braden Apple.
Baffled.
At striker, a senior, number 10, Anthony Maiello.
Mellow.
At midfield, a senior, number 11, Cam Glass.
Is everything okay?
At defender, a junior, number 14, Luke Evans.
What are they doing?
At defender, a sophomore, number 17, Connor Glass. At striker, a sophomore, number 19, Charlie Lolich.
I don't know. I feel like
And finally for the Indians this evening, a midfielder, senior, number 21, Colin Freilich. Peters Township is coached by head coach Bobby Dyer, assisted by Lucas Heasley, Ryan Kelly, Tim Kane, and the Mastrangelo brothers.
Township Indians take on the Woodland Hills Wolverines. It's a great night for Thursday night soccer. Always a good time. I'm your host, Ven Kelly, and I'm standing next to Senior Seaman Connor. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm wonderful tonight, Mr. Kelly. It's going to be a great night for soccer. We got a beautiful sunset out in front of us, and Thursday night game like this, on paper, you feel like has potential to be a little bit of a trap game. Woodland Hills, with a big win over Upper St. Clair, has them in the driver's seat for a playoff spot as we get ready to turn the leaf over to the second half of the section season. On paper, these have been the sorts of games that Peters Township struggled with as a program, a team you should beat that has the potential to hurt you a little bit, but these are the sorts of games that I feel like this team's just a little bit different in that regard, and hopefully we'll see a number of goals go in tonight.
Yep. Hopefully so. I'm sensing a good energy, but I might be a little biased. So far, I feel like this is I'm sensing it tonight. I don't know exactly why, but teams getting into their huddles out there and kind of getting ready for some play. So what do we know about Woodland Hills? Let's see. We don't know their record exactly, but they beat Upper St. Clair just recently, yeah?
They did beat Upper St. Clair, and just recently on, I believe it was Tuesday night, they only lost 2-1 against Mount Lebanon, which that's a result little unexpected. I think that shows that what we're going to see out of the Wolverines tonight is they're going to play very, very low and use some of those athletes that they have up top, try and spring those quick counterattacks. So we're going to have to watch Braden Apple, Connor Glass, Colin Exley, and Luke Evans across that back line, really looking to stop those counters, sit and be ready for when, because it's going to come. They got to be ready to stop that threat whenever Woodland Hills decides to bring it.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully we got a good, exciting one here. I'm ready for it. Looks like we got a few more players out there. I see Lulich getting the start tonight. That's great.
Lulich definitely deserves to start after his 2-goal effort on Tuesday night at Upper St. Clair. A massive 5-0 win for the Indians puts them in really the driver's seat to win this section title. If they do their job, Mount Lebanon, Canamac, St. Clair, nobody can touch them this season.
So here we go. Kicking off, Cam Glass kicking it all the way down to the corner and out of bounds. White throw. Bappel fighting for it, but bounces over Bappel. And we're down the line with Woodland Hills already. Coming down for an attack. Ball still in play. Eventually kicked out for Peters Township throw.
Well done there by Rose to win the free kick. Got
free
on,
kick. There we go.
Got ball side of his man. Just used that strength to show him off. Forced a little jersey pull, and Bappel with not his best free kick of his career, but he'll know it's early. He has time to bounce back from that. He'll be able to come back and bounce back in a big way tonight. I have some confidence in him.
So cleared out by Cam Glass, thrown back in by Woodland Hills Wolverines, and taken off by Bappel. All right, so he's passing off to Maiello Froelich. Now Keaton out on the corner, working his man. Keelan bringing it back into the inside. Oh, we got Charlie right there. Tries to get it back to Fro, but gets taken off by a defender before Seafro can get there. But out of bounds now for Connor Glass. So Peters now attacking. Colin Froelich looking for a cross. He gets it. Keaton there, but not before a white player gets in front of him.
Brothers there with just a little miscommunication. Connor Glass looking to come onto it. Cam didn't quite let him have it. That's just the little bit of miscommunication that Peters Township's going to want to stamp out early in this one, really get ironed out to keep the pressure on Woodland Hills here.
Are you telling me the older brother didn't quite let the younger brother have it?
You know, as much as an older brother, it pains me to say that. I feel sometimes the eldest has to take a little bit of culpability in those situations as the ball goes out for a Peters Township throw here on the near side down to our right.
There you go.
Looks like Braden Apple over to take the corner kick for the Indians here. He'll be looking to whip it in. Looks like running an ISO play potentially to Luke Evans here based on the way they're lining up.
And the kick. Luke Evans running in, but some pushing and shoving in the box there. Nothing called. Or was it? What happened there, Connor? I didn't even see.
Keeper came out, punched the ball away. Foul gets whistled, looked like on Anthony Maiello for a challenge on the keeper. Personally, feel that the whistle was a little bit soft and bailed Woodland Hills out of a little bit of a dangerous opportunity for Peters Township, but nothing you can do. Just got to shake it off, especially this early in this one.
Okay. Looks like ball went out off of White. Will be a Peters throw. Braden Apple. Big throw ball in. No red there, so now the ball's just playing volley. Midfield here, but Froelich with it. Gets it to Charlie. Comes off Charlie's back and goes to a white player, but not too far, and Bappel gets his foot on it. Now out for a throw. Woodland Hills throw in off the head of Bappel. High kicked up. And Woodland Hills trying to break into their final third here, going into the Peters Township end. Charlie Lulich on the ball. Charlie gets it through two guys. Maiello now with the ball. Looking to maybe cross it or maybe just create something himself. He does cross it. Keaton gets his head on it, and it's out for a goal kick. But good effort by Peters Township there. They're knocking on the door.
Now, that crossfield ball we just saw from Brady Rose all the way over to Charlie Lulich, that's what really unlocked that defense against Upper St. Clair. Look for Peters Township to exploit that after the success they found working with that type of ball on Tuesday night. I believe directly led, I think it was the fourth goal and Maiello's first.
All right, well, point it out when you see it. Chasing. Tender comes out to corral that thing. Maiello, or yes, it was Maiello chasing. Goaltender kicks the ball way up and bouncing out of bounds. So another Peters throw, another Braden Apple throw in. He's going far. He's going for Maiello. Maiello jumps, doesn't quite come down with it, but now has it again, looking for somebody. He's looking for Froelich, I think, but he goes all the way across. Charlie, Cam Glass now. Charlie almost got his head on it. It actually ended up bouncing to Cam Glass. A lot of red players chasing this ball. It finally gets kicked back out of the box, but Bappel's just going to put it back and well over, but a lot of energy going on right now for Peters. You got to think one's going to find the back of the net here soon.
And Rose just a little bit frustrated there. Difficult to find that ball out of the air. His touch, he would have liked to play it out in front a little bit. Rather, it got caught under his feet. Just a little bit unfortunate there, but that's the sort of danger that we're looking for Peters Township. And just those sloppy little touches from the back line of Woodland Hills are what they're going to look to exploit tonight as Keaton tries to find Mello between the lines.
Colin Exley gets one of his first touches on the ball and kicks it well out of harm's way. So a white throw on the far sideline. Been bouncing around that far sideline a lot this game so far. Haven't seen it come our way too much yet. Here's Charlie off to the races, and boy, he's got some speed, and here he goes. He's got it. Oh, so good.
There, Charlie just needs to pop that ball up a little bit or take one more touch around the keeper. Got through in on goal, just puts it right into the keeper's outstretched leg as he comes out. Charlie knows probably should have done a little bit better, but really good play from the Indians there to find that ball and release through. And once again, Brady Rose looking like the guy who's going to unlock the lines tonight for Peters Township with his second killer through ball of the day.
Well, it was a beautiful through ball, and it was actually really beautiful with what Charlie did, ball bouncing around in the box. Charlie had beautiful dribbling touches on the ball and just couldn't quite figure out how to chip it up over the keeper. Keeper did a good job. Oh, what a ball in, and Keaton's head just hit it. Wow, that was some fun stuff there. Go ahead and commentate on that there, Connor. You know more than I do there.
You know, Braden Apple there, well done finding the space, just sitting in, nosies on that left foot. Nice little one-touch pass, knocks it up and over the Woodland Hills defender, finds Keaton Kelly with pace on his head. It's about 8 yards from goal, right in the center, and Keaton just can't get that header directed goalward. But what an opportunity that was for Peters Township, and this has been a very promising opening 8 minutes or so here.
It's good stuff. So some good opportunities, and let's see if we can get something else going. Peters definitely has a whole lot of energy going on out there right now, and they're really fighting for this. Did that go out? Braden doing his best to keep it in.
Or it looks like maybe a foul.
Oh, they called it a foul.
Late challenge, yes. Looks like a foul whistled there against Braden Apple, and now this
they didn't want to play advantage there,
but
that's okay. Braden's good with these right here at this point. It's kind of his sweet spot. Ball in. Dangerous ball. Bounce off, takes a head. Maiello with it. Maiello looking to shoot. Charlie looking to shoot. Charlie again with the ball. And finally, Woodland Hills gets to it and just kicks it out of bounds.
Couple players just got in each other's way there. It looks like it might have been Lulich and Maiello maybe just getting in each other's way going to that ball. But really promising here from the Indians in the early stages of this one.
Okay, Peters Township still will not. Yeah, they're still keeping it in. Still, yeah, okay, now Woodland Hills is kind of getting at least out of imminent danger here.
And I'd say in the first 9 minutes of this one, we're seeing exactly what we expected from Woodland Hills, sitting 10 men behind the ball. The only player really coming up as looks like Keaton Kelly's whistled for that foul there deep in the attacking end. Only player that's really staying up is their striker. I think 15 is the number for him, but really the only player. Looks like they're going to be trying to play some good old-fashioned 1970s England-style Route 1 tonight. Just defend, defend, and see if they can release and smash and grab on the counterattack.
Well, so far doing a pretty decent job at that. Although they've gotten a little bit lucky with some of Peters Township's shots just going slightly wide. So we'll see here. There's Charlie Lou trying to chase that ball down. Goaltender comes out to corral it. And the big boot. Exley coming out and clearing it out to the sidelines. Did we lose? Still hearing me? I thought we lost it there for a second. Did we lose something?
As we work out some technical difficulties on the audio-video feed here in the booth, this ball is going to go out. Looks offside there against Keaton Kelly down on the left-hand side for our radio viewers tonight. If we are back on...
Yeah, we're doing fine. You know, we got to have a little glitch here and there. It's not exciting. Okay, what did I miss?
Looks like a Woodland Hills throw-in down about 40 yards from goal on this far side. Just a little bit of ping-pong in the midfield was that last little string of play that we might have missed due to those technical difficulties as Brady Rose now sends it out, and that'll be a Woodland Hills throw-in right at midfield.
All right, so things have calmed down just a little bit. We had a good bit of intensity there for, you know, what was that, a good 5 or 7 minutes or so. Keaton with his foot on the ball just kind of boots it down. Charlie's giving chase. He's going to make him sweat a little bit here. Their center back is having to take on 2 Reds now. Peters Township fighting to get this. Connor Glass gets it down to Lulich, and it's called out. Lulich wins the throw-in. Connor will take it.
And their Peters Township doing a really good job of recognizing where those spaces are. Woodland Hills getting just a little bit too comfortable out the back. Probably a little fortunate not to get dispossessed there in a really dangerous spot. But Peters Township doing a really good job as Connor whips this ball into Mello.
Okay, Keaton chasing it down. Can't quite get to it. He does, though. He's got it. Keaton tries to get it through, but just a lot of players around. Keaton gets it back. Keaton fighting. Baffle now with the ball outside the box. And here comes Cam. Cam turns it. He takes a shot. Doesn't get everything he wants on it, but why not? I like that. I like the effort there.
Just probably had the option to go to his brother there out to the right in a lot of space. Watching the film back, Cam will probably see that going to Connor there might have been the better option than the half volley from 20 yards out, but real attacking hunger from these Indians early as Keaton Kelly's in behind the back line again.
Oh, he gets it to Mello. Mello
Goal!
does just put it right in. What a beautiful play. What a beautiful play.
Yep.
And we've got the lights flickering now. Look at this. We've got some action going on. So, beautiful ball in there from Keaton Kelly. Connor, why don't you what do we got? More technical difficulties. Here, you take the man.
And Anthony Maiello there, really good vision to see that space in between the center back and the right back now as we're coming out. That's I believe that is his 8th or 9th goal of the season.
I've lost count already.
Game scoring. By far the Indians' leading goal scorer and just really good composure. Knows he doesn't need to kill the ball. Just calmly slots it into that backside panel. And 1-0 Peters Township with 13 minutes elapsed here in the first half of play against the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Very good. Okay, ball ultimately kicked out. Was trying to go towards Keaton Kelly down the sideline. So, throw in for the Wolverines. And back out of play, and another white throw.
And apologies to viewers on both the radio and audio-video broadcast tonight for our technical difficulties. Just having a couple of issues with our mics, but hopefully getting them ironed out, and we'll have a pretty clean broadcast the rest of the way as Woodland Hills now looking dangerous.
Number 18 out there had a pretty decent strike on that ball. I think it hit maybe Brady Rose or Colin Exley. Was able to get in front of it.
Not sure what the call is there on Colin Froelich. He looked to be the one who was thrown to ground, but the whistle doesn't go his way, and now Woodland Hills with an immediate chance to respond and answer from about 30, 31 yards out inside the posts with 2 players standing over this free kick now.
I think that was just a matter of size. Smaller guy running into a bigger one, smaller one falls down. Who's going to get called?
Absolutely.
So the kick. pretty decent strike on that ball by a number, is it 18 or 10 out there? Can't quite tell, but for Woodland Hills. And here he comes again. He gets it out to his winger. His winger's coming, going to try to get something. And Apple has to be careful here.
Really
Okay.
well done by Braden.
Yeah.
A really, really good effort to get down, win the slide tackle, get his body over top of the ball, and force the Woodland Hills players to go through his back, draw the foul, and now he's able to sort of release that pressure after. That free kick had a little bit of whip on it. Stu with a really good job to hold on to it and keep the ball out of the net. And then, and the distribution out the back from Peters Township, again, not what it needs to be. Stewart
dangerous
out,
play
not
here.
where you
Real
want to see.
dangerous.
Jack caught way out of his goal.
Real dangerous here. And
Peters Township
Luke
moving on
Evans
ahead.
just able to clear it.
Jack Stewart coming out of his goal, outside the goal area, doesn't get to the ball. Woodland Hills can't capitalize even after a couple dangerous.
And then here comes Maiello through his two defenders, and he's going to shoot.
Just over.
Oh, I love it. I love that. That'll go in at least half the time, probably more so with him, and I love it when he takes that shot. He beat through two guys and almost got it right in that upper left corner.
Really end-to-end play here. Peters Township living on the edge on one side and then going down, very nearly scoring again on the other. Just a little reminder there that Woodland Hills is a dangerous team. Woodland Hills can punish you if you're too lax, and it is still only a 1-0 game. So Peters Township probably going to want to lock in, get at least one more goal here, sort of just put this one a little bit farther than it is currently right now.
Oh, Cole Celedonia gets one of his first touches of the game, gets a nice head on it, but unfortunately going to roll all the way out for a goal kick. Yeah, Braden Apple having an uncharacteristic evening in his, booting it out of the backfield there, and that one just went right to the white player, and almost ended up in a pretty bad position there.
Yeah, just a couple of deliveries that are a little bit subpar from what we're used to seeing from Braden Apple, or what we expect to see. Maybe he'll do. Maybe you'll see him do what he did. I believe it was against Cannon McMillan, where after a couple deliveries that weren't quite up to his standards, he took himself voluntarily off free kick taking duties for a couple of attempts and was able to get his mojo back and come back later in the game and be dangerous from those opportunities like he normally is.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back in one form or another. He'll definitely be booting in and make the adjustment.
Now Woodland Hills throwing all the way down in the corner here, down to our right, and the Peters Township attacking end. This is going to be a chance for them to keep it in.
Nice header by Froelich to get it right towards the box. Connor Glass getting his head on it as well. Booted out by Woodland Hills, but putting pretty much right back in. Cam Glass fighting now. Glass brothers right in the vicinity fighting for that ball, but it's Froelich who comes up with it. See, Fro gets it over to Mello. Mello looking for the quick throw in and not going to get it. No one checking in for him.
And good decision there by Maiello not to rush that, not to move anything just too quickly. Sees that he doesn't have the quick throw, now gives it to Connor Glass.
Oh, nice chip ball.
Claimed by the Woodland Hills keeper, but a really good series there by Maiello. Sees that he doesn't have the quick throw in, puts it down, lets Connor Glass takes it. Good off-ball movement to win the ball down on the end line. And those crosses, just like against Upper St. Clair, keep coming from him. And you know if they keep coming in, eventually one of them is going to strike pay dirt.
Keaton Kelly was right behind the goaltender there, ready to get his head on it. So, yep, good decision by the goalie to come out and just snatch that one. Okay, now Cole Selly gets it to Froelich. Froelich kind of gives it an interesting ball way up in the air, but it might do well for him. Let's see. Goaltender comes out. Keaton was right there.
No, fortunate misheader there for Woodland Hills. Looked like he lost the ball in the lights a little bit. Didn't come off his head the way he wanted to. Unfortunately for him, Keaton positioned right where he should have been to defend that ball, but just not where he needed to be to beat the keeper to it. And Woodland Hills, again, you feel like escapes from a position that Peters Township really feeling dangerous from.
Yep. Now Woodland Hills on the move. Connor Glass getting tested by number 8 out there, and he gets some help from Braden Apple coming all the way across the field to help him out. Selly looking. He's going to go towards Mello. Maiello catching up with this ball easily, and then he's going to goal. Nope. He tries to get a cross in ultimately and wins the corner.
Looked like he wanted to take the shot on, and then his shot just let it. There is a touch to goal, just let him down a little bit, got caught under his feet, started looking for Keaton Kelly, and just didn't quite have the time for that one. As 2 subs come on for Peters Township, looks like Nathan Madzeski and Ralph Bush are the 2 who are coming on for Peters Township here right around the midway point of this first half.
Corner kick for Peters. Apple puts it up. Oh, someone is knocked down in the box. So far, nothing called there. Ball still bouncing around in the box. Colin gets up and takes the shot. Not quite enough on it to go in. It's still in the box. Now we got Nathan. Nathan's trying to catch up with it before it goes out. Nope. Called out of bounds.
Just a fingertip save there from the Woodland Hills keeper. Shot didn't have a lot of pace on it, but seeing it through bodies. Late reaction there, and once again, Woodland Hills, as much as I said Peters Township was living on the edge on that ball that Jack came out, couldn't quite get to. Woodland Hills, you feel like Peters Township keeps knocking on the door like this. That second one's going to come, and then potentially the floodgates may be open here.
Woodland Hills center back is playing with that ball, not getting it out, and that's going to cause real trouble. Now they're big trouble here. Woodland Hills just breaking down on this play, and Milo, oh boy. Okay, Nathan.
Really nice save there, but it's
Cole.
all alive for Caledonia.
Another one for Cole, maybe. Nope, this is Fro.
Fro blocked again by a Woodland Hills player, and Peters Township, you really don't know how they didn't score there. Anthony Milo,
I mean, what were there, 5
one
shots
on
on that
goal.
one, Connor?
Keeper comes up with a really big save. He looks a little shaken up after taking that ball right to the midriff. And then Caledonia with a shot that gets blocked up in the air. It falls to Freilich, who hits a gorgeous half volley, just blocked by the center back in front of the line. And looks like Woodland Hills need to make a goaltender change here after. Seems like a shoulder problem for their starting keeper, but
wow.
You really just, you feel like one of those had to go in for Peters Township, and it really seems like it's coming now for the Indians.
Well, Woodland Hills really has to hope that their backup goaltender is going to perform up to snuff, because the goaltender for Woodland Hills was really keeping these guys in this game. He's been making some great saves. He's been doing his thing to keep the score 1-0, but we'll see what this backup tender can do here.
Exactly. He certainly had a really, really quality game tonight. A number of big saves that are honestly the reason this game is still 1-0. Just his back lines let him down a couple of times, and he's done a real good job to clean up their mess and keep him in the game as this corner comes in.
Cole with the ball, gets it in, and it's just bouncing there.
Hello with the goal.
So a really hard start for their goaltender. I think he even got his hand kicked on that play. He looks like he's doubled over in a little bit of pain right now. So for his first play coming in, that's a rough one there, but we'll take it for Peters Township.
And that, I think, might have just unlocked.
You think that was the gate?
I think that might have just unlocked this game and unlocked really the key on these set pieces for Peters Township, especially if their starting keeper isn't able to come back into the game. Put that ball right on his head. It's bouncing around. Anthony Maiello, little fox in the box action, does really, really well to get on that and just poke it home. They don't all need to be pretty, but they all count the same. Maiello with his second of the day, on his 4th shot, 50% goal conversion rate. If he can keep that up the rest of the season, I think we're going to have a very good year.
Let's go deep, baby. That'd be great. Well, and still lots of time left in this first half. So, if the floodgates are open now, we're going to see a whole lot of players, a whole lot of faces out there that don't often get minutes. And here's Selly. Well, all right, backup goalie doing some nice stuff there. I certainly don't blame him for that first goal going in. Nothing he could do with that one. But it looks like he's got some fire here to keep him in this game at least. So, ball up in the air, and Freilich's going to catch up with this. Off to the races is Maiello, and Maiello gets the ball from Fro. See Fro to Maiello. Oh, my gosh, and Nathan's there to clean up. Okay.
Maiello with the first shot. Keeper makes a good save, just doesn't have the rebound control to swallow it up. Falls right onto the foot of Nathan, and Nathan with his first shot of the game, the first involvement on the score sheet, gets a goal, I believe his first goal of the season, and Peters Township now leads 3-0 over Woodland Hills with 17:38 to go in this first half. And the floodgates feel like they might be starting to open a little. This Woodland Hills defense that's been so stout and so just hard to break down over the course of this season, Peters Township seems to have found that magic elixir to break them down, and now you just want to see how many they can get to help with those seedings in the playoffs now.
That's it. And I'm feeling like, the floodgates maybe open even more than a little. It's just how it feels after that last goal there. I feel like they're fairly wide. Now, Peters can do some stuff to sort of not capitalize on that. But it's sort of up to them at this point. If they just keep moving the ball and playing their game, you feel like there's a bunch more scores coming here. Bappel with the ball in. Back to Fro. Nice pass to Fro. Oh. And unfortunately, Fro just gets a missed kind of red touch on that. It sends a little bit too much on it. No, it was a corner. Okay.
Knocked out for a corner now.
I was going to say that's not usually something you see from Froelich there.
Absolutely. Jake Gowenis now coming in for Anthony Milo. Anthony Milo, a well-earned break after 2 goals in the opening 23 minutes here. Just what a game he's had so far. Just such an impressive player.
Okay, so lining up the corner kick. Believe that Selly out there taking it. Ball in, really nice spot right in the center. Drops in. Luke Evans on it.
Luke will have time to turn here and pick out a man.
Instead, it gets blocked out for a throw-in for Peters Township. So
this looks like Caleb Sauter maybe coming in here for, where's that, Cam Glass?
that's Cam coming back on.
Yeah, Cam Glass coming in here for Brady Rose. Hard to tell, again, without the contrast that the white numbers provided with these new jerseys that are gorgeous, but black numbers, not a ton of contrast from up here in the booth under the lights.
Very true. Nathan. Oh, what
Ralph
a
finds
goal. What a goal for RJ.
You know, as one of Ralph's close friends, I feel comfortable saying that that was not an intentional shot, and 100% tomorrow morning in school, I'm going to be telling him that. But looks to just hit the cross a little too close to the keeper, puts it over the keeper's head, can't get there with the punch, and Ralph, just like he did in JV last year, finds the net getting a little bit lucky, but they all count the same.
In his defense, I'm going to say it was, but that was part of the game. It was supposed to look like a pass to get the goalie to come bite, and then it just floated over. That was beautiful stuff. Well, tell RJ good job for me when you see him tomorrow.
It's reminiscent of last year on the junior varsity squad. RJ and I, playing on the back line, made a little bet before the season of who could get more goals and assists. And heading into the final 2 games, I held a 3 goal and assist lead over him, and the loser was going to have to buy the other one a round of golf, then dinner. And Ralph came up with 2 lucky goals in the final game, actually against Woodland Hills, in those one that caused us to tie the bet. So a little bit of resentment and bitterness probably coming out from me here. But no, Ralph and I, very good friends. I'll rib him a little bit for that, but really nice to see him find the net for the first time this varsity season. And Braden Apple now checks out for Colby Zimmer, and now you feel like Coach Dyer is going to have a lot of time to play with the team, make sure that the guys that he finds important for the back half of this season are healthy, and give guys that don't always get the chance on the varsity field time to get in tonight.
So still 14:38 left in this half. So plenty of time. Froelich on the ball. Selly makes a move on his man, and he gets the cross in. Very nicely done by Celedonia. And was that Jake?
I think that was Jake on the shot.
Jake Gowenis getting a nice shot on the ball there.
Took a little bit of a bounce before him. Really
Yeah, just a
difficult
slight volley there.
Especially with how close that ball bounced to him. Nobody's going to be able to get as much power as they want on that shot, but Jake does really well to still trouble the keeper and almost create a big chance there for Peters Township as Nathan unlocks, finds Keaton. Keaton looking.
Now that's Jake again.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jake backheels it. Back to Fro. Wow, is this going to be a second one for Nathan? No. Oh, my goodness.
Saved again.
Oh, wow. Wow. That was some intensity out there.
I think that was Gowenis with 1 shot, Rose with 1 shot, and I honestly couldn't tell who had the other 2. I think it might have been.
Well, so out there on the left is
that Caleb Sauter?
That is Caleb out there. So I think Caleb might have had one in there too. It was hard for me in that minute to tell Caleb apart from Jake, but I think both of them got in there, and I think Nathan had something on that one too.
looks, and then another foul called here, and you think, will Peters Township go back to that well that's gotten them their last 2 goals here? Just trying to put it on the keeper's head, force him to collect it and not give up a rebound that Peters Township could knock into the net.
Well, this Woodland Hills goaltender, second-string goaltender, is getting his workout. So here he goes again. Nope, unable to get it out. Ball on Froelic's foot. And finally they do clear it, but only as far as the 30-yard line out there. RJ on the ball. So Woodland Hills really just struggling to even get anything happening here. Meanwhile, Froelich, did I just call him Froelich? I did. Let's call him Froelich from now on. Gets it out to RJ. RJ's just going to let it roll out now.
To any Froelich family members listening, we apologize for the back and forth on Froelich happened on Tuesday night as well. We are trying our best in the booth, but old habits die hard up here.
There was someone out there, I swear, was calling them Froelich, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just want to say Frey, but it's Fro, it's C-Fro, it's Froelich. So RJ getting it over to Nathan. Nathan taking it to Cam Glass. Cam getting a foot on it, why not? And kind of hits, I believe, a Woodland Hills player. Ultimately just bounces back to the goalkeeper. And the man in green going to bring it out and I imagine just boot it up as far as he can, try to gain himself a few seconds to relax. He has been under fire for the last 15 minutes, basically ever since he came in.
And one thing for Peters Township that might end up helping tonight is this Woodland Hills first-string keeper who hurt his shoulder about 10, 15 minutes ago now. Now that the game's 4-0, Woodland Hills playing for a spot in the playoffs. If they beat Connellsville and St. Clair can't beat any of the other big 3 teams in this section, Woodland Hills will be going to the playoffs. So they might decide just to hold them out, not take any risks, and Peters Township will get this shooting gallery on the second string in net.
Yep.
Well read there by Colin Exley. Really good stuff coming out and seeing the ball to cut it out as Colby got caught a little high there, which understandable in a game like this. Everybody wants to get their contribution on the score sheet, their goal, their assist, and now Caleb Sauter looking for his.
Caleb trying to get it back through to Nathan, but nothing doing. Woodland Hills kicking it up and out. And Peters Township going to throw it right back in.
And remarkably, still 10.5 minutes to go in this first half.
It feels like it's been a long half, huh?
Feels like it's dragged on a bit, which...
Not that the game has not been exciting, but yeah, I agree. It feels like more should be happening on the clock. But in any case, Froelich gets it all the way back out to Sauter. RJ settles it down, but just enough to get it to a white player. White player is going to kick it all the way up. Exley is going to make sure it rolls out of bounds. And Colin Exley is going to pass it out to, who's this with the throw now?
It's like Colby Zimmer there.
That's Zimmer out there, yep, on the far side.
Maybe a handball there off the throw-in from the Woodland Hills player. Just a little bit difficult there going at it with, it looks like it was Sauter. Sauter gets some turn, comes up, hits his hand, and nothing really he could do there. Just sort of a victim of being in the wrong position at the wrong time with his arm.
Okay, so Zimmer with the kick. And was Zimmer or was that Exley?
I think that was Exley.
That was Exley. Never hesitate to correct me if I'm wrong. Froelich. Did you just say Froelich again?
I did.
Okay.
Once more.
We're going to have to start figuring some sort of punishment out every time we say Frey.
Got to have shock collars up in the booth. Every
Guess
time
so.
Froelich comes out, just put somebody on the button.
Speaking of Fro, he is getting the ball back. He's basically doing everything out there. He gets it out to Sauter. Sauter trying to get back to him. Jake Gwenis, Nathan now. Nathan on the ball. He gets it out to RJ. RJ's looking for Cole, and he finds him. Cole Sell, he's going to take it. And he gets a nice cross in. Oh, finds Froelich's head. Froelich's head almost. Not quite. And now whistle blown.
Really well done there by Nathan. The Woodland Hills player, probably a good 3-4 inches taller than him, is able to use his strength off of a touch that was really hard to control on his first touch. Uses his strength, gets underneath him, forces him to commit the foul, and now Zimmer Cam and Colin looking like they're going to do the same thing they did against St. Clair, look to get Colby a shot and maybe his first varsity goal, I believe, ever.
Play is set, and Cam kicks it to Fro, who kicks it, and Zimmer gets his foot on it. It goes into the wall. RJ looking for somebody, and he finds Nathan. Nathan gets a toe on it, but unable to control, so rolls out for a goal kick.
Now, 2 players coming in, looks like. Is that Charlie or Lucas? Looks like Charlie coming back out here.
Yeah, that is
Anthony
Charlie.
and Charlie look to be the 2 getting reintroduced now.
Gotcha.
So a little sign that Bobby's not taking his foot all the way off the gas yet, bringing on probably his 2 most prolific attacking starters in the past couple games.
Agreed.
Maybe looking for a 5th or a 6th here before the half, really put this one to bed.
Ball off the head of Woodland Hills Wolverine, so RJ will come. And
one thing about
throw
RJ
in.
here down on this right side, one thing that he brings to the game is he has a very long throw-in. This ball down here in the right corner gets treated almost like a corner. Didn't seem like he opened it up there, but still gets inside the hash marks. And a little bit of a dangerous spot there for Peters Township. I missed who had the header flick over, but just couldn't connect with. I think it was Charlie Lou that's trying to run through.
yeah, I think it was Maelo with his head on there, but it kind of had a weird bounce on it, so Anthony wasn't able to really get much on it. Cam Glass. Oh,
Ref can't quite get out of the way there, and that's going to be a drop ball for Woodland Hills. Not sure what's going on. Woodland Hills takes it like a free kick. Referee rightfully brings it back. That's a drop ball there in the midfield, and now with 6 minutes to go in this first half, Peters Township 4, Woodland Hills 0. Woodland Hills going to get a drop ball on their defensive 45 after that through ball just smashes the ref in the calves.
all right, so center back actually dribbling up a ways. Woodland Hills.
Interesting rules tidbit there on that free kick as we
Yeah.
see what Woodland Hills does off of this.
Oh, nice strike.
Good save by Jack Stewart there as Woodland Hills with another dangerous shot coming from just way out. But the Woodland Hills player decides to take the drop ball on the dribble. Completely legal to do that. However, had he had a Messi-esque solo run and scored without the ball touching another player, would have been an invalid goal, and Peters Township would have had an indirect free kick from the position he shot the ball.
Is that right? Because
Yes.
it was an indirect kick, basically.
It's an indirect kick with the fun caveat that drop balls can be dribbled and don't have to be immediately touched by another player.
All right. So number 15 on the ball, gets it to his number 2. Number 2 looking to shoot, and he does. No big challenge for Stu. He was basically right in the perfect position.
Finds Maiello through, and now Maiello's in behind. Charlie Lulich looking to come into the middle to find that ball. He has the cutback if he wants it. Cuts it back to Fro. Then offsides.
Yeah.
Clearly offsides, but I really don't like the referee's positioning to make that call. Referee's standing on the 20-yard line, 30 yards from the goal line,
Yeah.
and decides to make the offside call against Maiello. They're standing on the goal line, in line with the goalie, fairly clear to be offsides, but I really don't like the positioning to make that call.
So Mello with the ball again, heads it to Froelich. Froelich kicks it down to Sauter. Sauter fighting for it, unable to get it back into the box. Cam Glass on the ball now. Cam coming down. Ends up getting stopped there by the Woodland Hills player. Ball up in the air again. Charlie Lulich tries to find his man, Maelo, but little miscommunication there. The ball goes out for a goal kick.
Lots of subs coming back in for Peters Township for this last 3.5 minutes. Looks like Connor Glass coming back out to the right. Keaton Kelly's going to go back out for Caleb Sauter on the left wing. Jake Gowennis coming off for, looks like, Braden Apple, and that was that Brady Rose who was the final reintroduction of those 4.
Yes, sir. Brady Rose it is. I was thinking of Brady Rose. You guys got a nickname for Brady?
Brady has a number of nicknames. A lot of guys will just call him Rose, but no real fun on-air nicknames for him like we have for some other players on the team. Like
Just
Baffle.
seemed like with a name like Brady Rose and just sort of guy like that, he had to have a nickname. Don't know what it would be, but I guess Rose is just a cool enough name. You don't need to add anything to it. Okay, so Cam Glass gets it to Brady Rose. Brady Rose boots it up in the air, comes down, finds a white player, and the white player takes it out. Keaton Kelly now with the ball. He's going to look to find someone. No, he's going to keep the ball. He's going to keep going. Keaton's going to finally get it out to Charlie. Lulich is going to send it back in all the way across to Mello. Mello's going to get a chest on it, and it bounces to the keeper. So pretty good stuff from all of Peters Township players.
One thing I think is going to go really underappreciated from Keaton Kelly on that run was his first touch really to spring himself. Just really difficult technique to pop it up and keep it under control, but does it, gets it over the defender's foot, and now Charlie Lulich is through on here.
Gets it to Mello. Mello back to Keaton. Shoots, doesn't get a good connection with it. Not quite sure what happened. Almost looked like he hit the ground first or something.
And seemed like might have just been a victim of Chuck was just standing in front of him, messing up the angle a little bit. Just an unfortunate consequence of how that ball came out, and really was a little bit behind Charlie, so Keaton coming on to clean up the mess, but just sort of a victim of circumstance in that spot.
Connor Glass smelling blood in the water and almost sneaks it under the goalkeeper. He did actually stop that, but for a second that ball looked like it got a little farther than he meant it to. So Peters Township sent some blood in the water, and you start to feel like everyone wants to get it in the back of the net now. And I'm sure there will be opportunities here. We're down to the last minute 15, however. You think he'll be starting his starters in the second half to begin? Connor, what's your bet there?
I'll take an educated guess and say now, as Maiello comes through, he's going to get a chance to whip it across. Finds
Connor Glass. Okay. The ball was called dead there before Connor got his foot to it.
I would say he probably starts his starters until they get a 5th, maybe a 6th. Then we start seeing the JV, the other guys, who after Connellsville, he might have a little bit of a longer leash that he needs in order to be comfortable bringing them on. But as we go into the final 30 seconds of the second half, we do have a fun little treat for us for the second half, Mr. Kelly.
What's
Not
that?
one, but 2 different buffalo chicken dips are present today. We have
What?
one from Mrs. Apple and another one in the concession stand. So we'll have a little dual review to start the second half as we're down into the final 15 here in the first.
Good thing I didn't eat dinner tonight, Connor. I was looking forward to that buffalo chicken. I might have to get 2 different ones.
8, 7, 6, 5.
And that'll about do it for the first frame here from Confluence Financial Partners Stadium. At the end of the first half, Peters Township 4, Woodland Hills 0. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the second half of action. Right here now, Peters Township up 4-0, and really looking to have more of the same from that first half.
Keaton gets this ball out to Maiello. Maiello coming now, looking for his, would it be a hat trick? No, he gets it out to Froelich. Keaton's looking to get a foot on it, but the goaltender just falls down ultimately on there. So again, right off the bat, we've got it going pretty much right to the Woodland Hills goaltender. And you got to think that they're going to keep their starter out. He's putting on a sweatshirt. So he did something to his shoulder, and they don't want to take any chances here.
Especially Woodland Hills having a season that potentially a season to remember, chance to make the playoffs again if they just match Upper St. Even if they lose to Upper St. Clair, if they can match them the rest of the way, then Woodland Hills will be going to the playoffs this season. Luke Evans whistling for a foul there down. Dangerous spot. This will be treated like a corner here from Woodland Hills.
Okay. So early in the first half here, Woodland Hills has a little something to try to work with. Is that No, that's Charlie Lulich over on the far side there. Okay, he's just lining up the wall, is he?
Yeah, that's Charlie Lulich and Connor Glass over there standing in the wall. Only need 2 men from this position, but Stu's going to have to be awake and alert here, waiting for one of those balls whipped in. Woodland Hill's been dangerous from their free kicks, the limited ones they've had so far. Looks a long 10 yards there, but Peters Township going to have to deal with it as it gets whipped in and way over.
So very ambitious there by Woodland Hills player.
You know,
A little.
As we get a second to breathe here, Mr. Kelly, I think we have.
Is this the time?
I believe this is the time.
We've got a couple things going here, Connor. This is
have a
exciting.
Veritable spread up here in the booth of Buffalo Chicken Dip. First, the Buffalo Chicken Dip being sold mainly in the concession stand as Anthony Maiello with a chance to run here on to complete his hat trick onto his left foot. Oh, just leaves the touch behind him. Still has it running with it. Can't quite convert, and now Woodland Hills with a chance to clear as Cam Glass tries to keep it in.
Now Froelich. Oh, Froelich draws the foul there. Goes down, and he's getting right back up. So a little bit of pain, but nothing he can't work through easily.
But we do have 2 different types of Buffalo Chicken Dip up in the booth today. The one being sold at the concession stand made by Mrs. Jerub today. And then a extra special shout out goes to Bapple's mom, Mrs. Apple. Didn't think we were going to have any Buffalo Chicken Dip at the game today. She ran home and made a batch just so we could have our review. So Mrs. Apple, this second half sponsored by you and your dedication to the art of Buffalo Chicken Dip.
Thank you, Megan, as your son takes the kick and gets some good stuff on it and actually wins another corner for Peters Township. So we're going to try this out now. We've got slightly different tones and textures, so let's see.
That one's Mrs. Jerub.
That's a slightly, just for you people at home who can't see, we got a slightly darker orangey color here. We're going to try, which one are you trying first? The slightly darker?
Mrs. Jerub's first. The
Mrs.
darker one.
Jerub's,
That gets
okay.
whipped in.
All right, here we go.
That is
yeah.
a good Buffalo Chicken Dip.
That is, it just like hits you right off the bat, doesn't it?
One of the hotter Buffalo Chicken Dips we've had this season. You know, I'm a
afraid
fan. I'm a
to put a
fan
little
of the
kick.
hot one. I'm a fan of one that just we use Frank's Red Hot, and you're gonna know about it. Like I love that sort of Buffalo Chicken Dip. Really, really good effort from Mrs. Jerub here. I'm gonna give that probably a 7.8.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm not going to give it any particular points. I'm just going to say I really like it, and I'm looking forward to eating the rest of it. Keaton tries to connect with Mello, but just didn't read the play quite right. So a little miscommunication there. Keaton just reminding himself that sometimes he just needs to take that ball himself and do something with it. But that's just the voice in his head that is his father.
You know, it's always handy to have that living manifestation of that voice in your father figure.
I agree. So Mello looking to get something off the edge and does win the corner kick.
As we're waiting here, shall we try Mrs. Apple's effort?
We absolutely shall.
That is also a very good Buffalo Chicken Dip.
Again, just right off the bat, just kind of hits those taste buds in a real good way. Ball up
Punched
in the air.
up. Nobody coming down with it. And finally, the Woodland Hills keeper able to claim there. Really dangerous again, and I feel like it's got to be coming for Peters Township at this point.
Check. You hear me? You got me? Okay. Okay, ball back up. Mello. He's going to come up the center. He's looking. Nope. He's going to get it over to Froelich. Froelich's going to take the shot, and it's going to go into the back of the net. No problem, no worries.
And now as we get to 5-0 Peters Township, a reminder that one more goal, if this game does get to a 6-goal contest, the Whip Your Mercy rule goes into effect, which means that running clock for everything except for yellow cards and player injuries. Unless the referee puts up the X to stop the clock, it will run. Goals, free kicks, substitutions, that clock will run unless the official explicitly directs the timekeeper to stop it. So we're hoping we can get one more and just burn through these last 34 minutes, let everyone go home.
Sounds real good. What do we have coming up next week, Connor? I'll ask you that in a minute when you get back from your little deserved break there.
Yeah.
So, goaltender with the ball, lining it right up there, just going to take the free kick from there.
Peters Township goal scored by Colin Frelick.
Cam Glass brings it down. Are you hearing this? Yeah. You're hearing it? Okay. Okay, Woodland Hills with the throw in. Cam Glass jumps in front of it. Bunch of players fighting for it. Is that Lulich out on the edge, or is that?
Hard to tell down on that
I think
far
that was
side.
Charlie out on that far side there fighting for it. Brady Rose is going to just go for 2 points here. He skies it, but I don't mind the effort. I mean, in a game like this, why not just go for it? So the man in green lining it up, going to put it back out into play. Let's see what happens this time. Cam Glass looking for the outside. He's looking for Keaton. Keaton catching up to this ball, and he's got one man to beat. He's going to beat him. He's got a second man to beat. He gets it to, was it Cam? I think he got it back to.
Cam, looks like it was deflected a little bit there from the defender closing out, and Peters Township really looked like they're searching for that sixth in order to get this running clock.
Ball up into play off of the head of Luke Evans. Cam Glass again. He's going to turn it to the outside to Keaton Kelly. Keaton Kelly going to turn it to the inside. Keaton's going to take a shot, but is just not getting the shots he wants. I know he's been suffering from a little bit of issue in his knee, and it just seems like he's maybe just not giving it his all there.
But just getting the ball to him, Cam Glass has been absolutely everywhere in this first 10 minutes of the second half. Just he's been all over this game, having his hands in everything. That's something that Cam, until he inevitably gets taken off as this one gets a little bit later, just something you absolutely love to see from him.
Yeah, he's definitely been everywhere here, and Cam just one of those super solid players. You know, when it comes his way, it's not going much farther. Woodland Hills now breaking into the Peters Township third of the field here. But Peters bringing it back the other way just like that. Charlie Lulich out on the wing. He's fine in the middle, and he's going to get dispossessed of the ball. Ball rolls through the Woodland Hills player. And another Woodland Hills defender ends up just having to kick it out of bounds for Peters Township throw.
And once again, Keaton just getting caught sort of as a victim of being in the right position there as the mistake is made. And being in the right position to defend, just not the right spot to capitalize off that mistake there.
Yep. And Cam Glass finally gets his score. There's one for Cam, and you love to see that. That was a nice strike.
And that's the running clock now. 30 minutes and 15 seconds left, and we will be running. Mercy rule in effect. Peters Township 6, Woodland Hills 0, and now a canter to the finish. And Mr. Kelly, not that it means a lot in this program. Program used to be in here, but with this win, Peters Township will officially clinch yet another playoff berth in the Bobby Dyer era.
Wow. That is, it's really impressive. And so how many is it in his tenure?
I don't have an exact figure in front of me. I think I'd have to count them on the banner tomorrow during the homecoming pep rally. But just,
do you know what year this is for Bobby?
I know it's more than 20. I don't know what year. Maybe
once
maybe
you get
Mr.
past 20,
Evans.
I mean, it's impressive. Whatever it is, he's had quite the career here at Peters Township, and rightfully so.
What
Does some
a ball
amazing
from
things.
Cam.
That was just amazing. That ball. And Maelo just is able to stop it. Oh, wow, look at that ball. Somehow that does not go into the goal. Goaltender had come out. He was basically taking himself out of the play. But a defender was back just enough to keep it from crossing that line. Peters Township still attacking. Connor Glass gets it out to Lulich. Lulich bringing it in for a cross, gets it across. And
there's his hat trick. Anthony Maiello, his third of the game on his 8th shot. And really impressive night from him. You're really happy to see that. And what a week he's had. I think this is, 5 goals in 2 games for him. Just really impressive
fire.
week. And again, Cam Glass was the one with that killer through ball to unlock Lulich. Lulich will get the assist, but once again, Cam Glass with his hands all over this one.
Yeah, you'll love to see it, and you kind of knew it was coming, and it'll be interesting. So who did we say we have coming up next week, Connor?
We have on Monday night at Confluence Financial Partners Stadium, we have Central Catholic, a rare Monday night game, but that'll be senior night, chance to celebrate these seniors in a non-section game that it don't matter for seating, but at the end of the day, just a chance to go out and celebrate these guys. Then on Thursday night, potentially a section decider at Mount Lebanon, a game that Peters Township, if they win, it'll be really hard to see anybody even getting a share of a section title from them, as Cam with another killer through ball to Maiello. But that game on Thursday night will also be live streamed live on the Peters Township Soccer Twitter for anybody who can't make it out to Mount Lebanon for that game. And also Monday night, senior night, that will also be live streamed on the radio. So if you can't make it, fret not. And as Peters Township brings in really a full-scale line change here. Oh, sorry, you can't bring in the full-scale line change because it is a Central Catholic throw-in, but Central Catholic. Geez, I am all fried after this 7-goal performance. Woodland Hills throw-in, but against Central Catholic, it'll be a nice chance to celebrate these seniors and everything they've accomplished in this program.
Any idea Central Catholic is a competitive team this year?
Central Catholic's had a couple weird results in their schedule, but they tied Plum, I believe it was 2-2, and then they tied Norwin 5-5. So just a couple weird results that it's hard to judge. They're definitely a good team, but it's hard to judge whether they're really that top tier that it looks like Seneca Valley, Peters Township, and the other section leaders are this season.
So now they're making the big switch. Pretty much a whole nother team coming on to play. Looks like maybe even Cam. I thought maybe 1 or 2 were staying on. But it more or less looks like an entire switch out.
Yeah, looks like a hockey line change there, including the goalie. Sophomore Brendan Seaman coming back into this one. My brother, I'm obviously happy to see him getting a little bit more time out on the varsity field. So hopefully he gets really, really bored back there, doesn't have to touch the ball. But I always love seeing him out on the field and doing his best to make an effort in the minutes that he gets.
Yeah, come on. We want to see him touch the ball a little bit, don't we?
You know, as a center back, I'm always happy if my goalie never touches the ball. But for his sake, he probably wants to get at least a couple of punts, try and show off that drop kick that he's been working on and sort of grow into it a little bit.
So it'll be good to see what these other players are going to bring here. Of course, we already know some of them quite well. For instance, Selly on the ball. Cole's going to turn it. Jake Gwinnis on the ball. Oh, that's still Charlie Lulich out there, number 19 on the wing.
Yeah, Chuck looks to have moved into that midfield there, maybe replacing Brady Rose's role. Looks like from just this short little sample size we have here. So Connor Glass takes it now.
So
We got Nathan, Jake, Connor Glass out there. Everyone getting their foot on it. I think that's Lucas Martin out there in the far corner. Ball into the box. And not too shabby. Cole gets his head on it. Actually still bouncing around in dangerous territory.
Colby and Caleb finding each other there. That one's going to go out for a Peters throw down on this left side. And Colby, good instincts to find Cole. Hopeful ball over to the back post. Just that's always going to be difficult for Lucas to win a header there in the air. But good thought. And Peters Township still, even with the second team out there, still looking very, very good.
Do you know, can you tell, Connor, are there any players still on the bench that haven't seen time or haven't been in yet?
I don't see Nick Seifer on the field. I think number 24, unless I'm missing him, he'll be one that'll likely get introduced a little later on. And then beyond that, we're at the point down the roster where these are upperclassmen that I would get to know, or these are underclassmen, rather, that I would get to know had I been playing this season. So we're starting to exhaust the limits of my commentary knowledge here.
Hey, man, we've gotten pretty far if we've exhausted the limits. So Cole Celedonia chasing it down, but
sorry, Nick Seifer is on the field. Sorry to interject. I want to apologize to him not seeing him down
What
in
number
the,
you see him at there?
24, running to the ball right now.
Yeah, okay. So one of Nick's first touches on the ball out there. Good to see these new faces. Throw in for Woodland Hills. Number 27. Trying to make something happen here. He gets it to his player, but it just kind of bounces back out towards the sidelines. He's looking for him again, but kicks it out of bounds. So a throw in that Connor Glass will be taking. Charlie checking. Ball comes to Nate, I believe, off his head.
And there it is, running
Look
all
at
the way
this.
back to Brendan. There's
Look
his
at
touch.
that. There it is. What do you think? You going to rate him on that one?
I'm going to have to see how far this drop kick goes.
There we
if
go.
Not,
Oh, pretty
there
decent.
we go, Brendan.
Decent stuff, Brendan.
Makes it over the offensive 40. That's a really, really good kick for him. He'll be really happy with that. I know he's struggled with his first involvements in some of his varsity games. He'll be happy tonight, and now it looks like he might get some defensive action as that one played over the top. See if we're going to have to deal with it.
And he does. He kicks it out of bounds. Probably the best choice he could have made in that situation. So a throw in. Number 4 taking it to his number, I'm going to say 18. Maybe 19. Big throw into the box. And not completely out of danger, but Peters Township working to bring it back upfield here. Ball rolls out of bounds. Woodland throw. Nope. Yep, nope.
Oh, looks
So Peters
like,
throw.
Wow,
No, Peters
a
kick.
Rare call here. We had a obstruction whistle there, which I don't really normally.
Did you catch what actually happened?
Normally, I'm on the side where I think obstruction should be called more strictly than it is, but I thought the Woodland Hills player was making an honest attempt at shielding the ball. I didn't see the play the way the ref did, but I'll absolutely take it as now a quick throw puts it in for Celedonia.
Okay, so Woodland Hills player onto the races here. He's looking to do something. He's going to take a shot. And not too shabby from number 17. He actually got something on it and challenged the goalkeeper a little bit, your brother. What do you think?
Brendan maybe gets caught out a little bit high there. I think he's a very aggressive goalkeeper. He likes to be a little bit higher out. Maybe should have been a little farther back as they were breaking in like that, but I can see why he was out, maybe wanting to try and come out and be aggressive on a loose touch, show the coaching staff he's not afraid to get involved, but a little bit fortunate that one sneaks over the bar.
I think he had it covered. I think he would have got his hand on it if it was any lower and threatening.
Definitely an athletic keeper, one who can make those saves going back towards goal and just palm it over the bar. Just a little bit of worry there seeing him backpedaling like that.
Well, it definitely made him work a little bit, for sure. Nathan trying to fight through, but ball rolls out of bounds, and it's a goal kick. So we're going to reset. Yeah, that's interesting where they got Charlie playing right now. It is a different spot for him. Jake Gwennis on the ball. He's going to look to, well, he's going to fight until basically they take the ball off him. So back to midfield, and Woodland Hills is on the attack if they can keep it. Number 17 really fighting. He wants something for himself, and he's going to take it. Nope.
Well cut out there by Seifer.
Seifer just stopped him right at the last, and
unsure what the whistles were for.
Injury whistle, huh? Oh, yeah,
Woodland
way
Hills
back.
player down way behind the play now.
Both legs getting stretched out for that guy on the other side. So he's having some serious cramping going on, and they're sending in a replacement for him. He's up and walking it off.
But just a little comment on that last series with that critical intervention by Nick Seifer to make sure that this clean sheet, at least for now, stays. Against Connellsville, he was a little bit shaky in his first varsity minutes. That's to be expected, but he's doing a really, really good job of coming back out, being confident, showing that poise, and really overcoming that little bit of adversity that sort of arose against the Falcons a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, that was perfect timing. I mean, that guy, he was really fighting for something, and he made it happen all the way until he met Seifert's foot, and that was that. And again, your brother not really having to be challenged on that one. Now here's Charlie looking to line it up and get a shot on. Nathan, again, his foot on the ball. We got Cole wanting to take one, and he does, and almost gets something there. Well, Sauter got stepped on, I think, maybe got a cleat to the foot. That is Jake out there, yeah. Looks like he just got a stinger. He's kind of working it off. So ball up to Charlie at midfield here. Charlie.
Right into Colby.
Right into Colby. So Woodland Hills, number 17, gets it to his player who's just going to boot it up.
Oh, and Brendan seemed like he was calling for that one. Preston didn't want to let it run all the way back, and a little bit of
Glass
miscommunication
getting worked
between
now.
them.
So Woodland Hills not wanting to just lay down and die here. They're looking to go away with something out of this game. Going to kick it back to their goaltender, who's going to focus hard and boot it up the field, and still in play. Woodland Hills working it down the sideline. Still working it down the sideline. Oh, and gets a nice cross in.
Ooh.
Lulich able to clean up.
Charlie really feeling himself with that turn in the defensive end, but when you're on, and it comes off for him. And Nathan does well to draw the foul. Looked like he caught maybe an elbow or a shoulder a little bit high there.
Or maybe just sold it really well. In any case, wins a foul and free kick for Peters. And it looks like Chuck's going to take it. So let's see what they got up their sleeves here. Good ball by Charlie. Bouncing around a lot of red players, but no one there to really get it to the net. But Cole really working hard over there and looking good, and this is going to result in a throw-in.
You can tell Sully really, really wants something tonight. He's been really, really good and just sort of had, just like Ham, since Sully's come on when the starters came off, he's had his hand in everything, and you really feel like he deserves at least an assist, probably a goal to reflect his impact tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ball up in the air, bouncing right in front of the goal, but bounces out, and it does get a corner kick out of it. So Charlie taking this kick. Letting everybody get set up. Hands in the air. Here comes the ball.
Well cleared by Woodland Hills. Ball was in a dangerous spot, and now the Wolverines might be off to the races.
Number 17's fast for sure. Let's see if he can keep this ball under control. He has so far.
Great tackle by Jake. Preston Oaks cleans up on the back line, but Jake with a long recovery run had to close down a lot of distance there and does a really good job to get a piece of that ball. As now Woodland Hills looking to attack again off the long throw. That'll run out for a goal kick there after the touch just got a little bit away from him.
Actually fairly impressed with the energy Woodland Hills is still bringing to this game. They're still threatening. They can't quite sneak it into the back of the net, but they're not just giving up. Got to respect that when you're down 6-0.
Looks like we might be seeing the third string goalkeeper here for Peters Township. Rocco Antonucci looks like he is at the midfield line ready to check in for the final 12-ish minutes of this one.
Okay, so ball out of play. You think they'll sub him here? Nope. Okay, Charlie getting it down. He puts it in a nice spot there. Cole trying to catch up, but can't quite get to it before the goalie does. So the man in green booting it up to midfield again. Ball's going to bounce up, coming off heads and feet, and eventually finding its way to Cole's head. Over to Sauter. Sauter getting stepped on again. That's the second time in the last 5 minutes. Jake Gwennis getting it out to Connor Glass, who gets it actually up in Cole's vicinity. I think he was trying to get it maybe to Charlie, but it got went past that. So again, Connor Glass on the move. Going to boot it up all the way, trying to hit Nathan. Nathan still working, gets taken down.
Little surprised that the sort of hammer toss wasn't called for a foul. But
did he not call that? I thought I saw him. I looked at him, and he had his here's a really, really nice strike there. Didn't quite find the target, but looked really good from here. Yeah, no, I agree. I thought actually he put his hand up to his whistle, but he didn't blow it apparently.
And now Rocco does end up coming in for Peters Township in net, getting another little bit of minutes for him. He also made a cameo there towards the end against Connellsville, making his second cameo of the season here tonight. And now still nothing whistled there. Nathan looking to have drawn 2 fouls in the last minute. Neither one of them getting whistled, but I guess with 10 minutes to go, up 7-0, it's
Do you think that's kind of part of the mercy? Maybe one of the unspoken rules?
Yeah, you don't get the same whistles up 7 as you do in a tight ball game, so probably part of that there.
Okay, so Woodland Hills getting it back down is going to roll out of bounds way down there in the far corner. Connor Glass is going to trot down and get it back into play. We're coming down to the last 10 minutes of the game. So Connor Glass getting it up to Jake Gwennis. Jake trying to find Lucas Martin over there. Luke searching for that ball, but Woodland Hills doing a good job to control it until it goes out of bounds here.
Sauter with good wherewithal and awareness there to know not the time to try and keep that in. You saw it in his eyes. He was going to try, realize where he was, realize where the defender was on his back. Really, really good job to just, at this point in the game, take another 30 seconds off the clock, let it run out. And this one might run back towards Rocco in goal. He claims and quick distributes out to Connor Glass, and they might be off again.
That one looked like it could have been a little dangerous. Number 27 kind of held it up there, not looking to collide with the goaltender and injure anybody. So, and in a game like this, that's a wise decision. Okay, Cole gets it over to Nathan. Nathan getting it back to Cole. Here we go, Selly. Here we go. Oh, sometimes you just want it too much.
And Sally just holding it a half second too long. That lets the goalkeeper come out, really get set and get wide. But you really feel for him, and you want him to just get one tonight, just get something for all his efforts and how much he's created. Also, credit goes to Nathan for finding him on that through ball there.
Okay, so Selly putting it in the box, and Connor Glass kicking it out. Goalie did get his hand on it.
Yeah, Connor Glass just wanted to get his chest over it a little bit more, and we've lost the scoreboard briefly, and it's back. Down inside 8 minutes to go here. Peters Township 7, Woodland Hills 0, and looking for an 8th now for Peters Township. Has Sauter all the way on the far side.
Nice ball.
There it is.
There it is.
About time. Gorgeous one-time finish on the left foot from about, 25-ish yards out, you'd say?
Yeah, it was a great strike from Caledonia. So everyone participating here, and it was exactly the kind of game you want to see.
And now with just over 7 minutes to play, Peters Township 8, Woodland Hills 0. Really good performance from Peters Township tonight. Exactly sort of the marker they wanted to lay down to the rest of the section. And now Caleb Sauter with acres of space in the midfield finds
Just
that
gonna-
Lulich.
Yep. Just dumps it off to Charlie. Sauter back with it, fighting for it. Yeah, fighting off his man pretty good. And draws the foul. Nope. Nope. The refs are having a discussion here. They're calling it the other way.
And I don't agree with that. I think Sauter was getting fouled from behind and threw that sort of body as a sort of marker to that's not gonna fly. But I guess the retaliation gets called as in hockey, as in all sports.
It
But
sure does.
I think Sauter really, really harshly done by that foul there. That one, I think he had a little bit more of a claim there, but now he's off to the races.
And here goes Nathan. He's going to try to turn this corner. He's going to see if he can get it across. Nope. Those defenders are doing their job, but now here comes Cole again. Nope. Okay, so
Not sure what the ball was rolling to on the free kick.
maybe just more of the mercy rules kicking in. So the ref's not really letting anyone get away with anything. Yeah.
Now that one's going to run through all the way back to Rocco. Going to pick it up. And now with 5:30 to go, Peters Township 8, Woodland Hills 0. A whistle for, looks like 17 coming off. Number 3 replacing him for Woodland Hills.
All right, so getting into the final 5 minutes of this one.
Another
And
whistle
a bunch of
going
whistles
against
happening
Peters
all of a sudden.
Township, and you're struggling to see where some of these whistles are.
Yeah,
coming
it's like,
from.
and it's just killing the pace of this game. Not that, there's much pace really going on, but I'm not really sure what all these whistles are about. You'd like to just see a nice final 5 minutes of action here. But Woodland Hills with an opportunity. They're going to boot it in. And it's still kind of kicking it in there and actually making Rocco dive for that ball to collect it and make sure no harm comes of it. Rocco going to boot it out. Decent kick to midfield. And Peters Township booting it down. Lucas wants this ball. He's fighting for it, too. He's looking to get past a man. Gets tripped up and gets pulled in the back for his troubles. Sauter with the ball. Sauter taking it to the outside. Yep. Let's see if he can get it back. Kind of losing control there, and white player comes up with it. Wow, another whistle.
Another whistle, and
all of a sudden they've just started just really calling this game.
Just
strange
almost ticky-tack at this point. Like, just
they changed it. They weren't doing that for the entire game. It's just in this last few minutes.
They were letting him play. And Sauter definitely bringing sort of an edge to his play. You can see a little bit of frustration in it, probably as a result of these whistles. But just you're struggling to see where it comes from on some of the calls.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, ball making its way, almost gets to its intended target. Defense struggling to clear it. Woodland Hills really looking to try to bring it down and at least get something here in the last few minutes. Some sort of shot. They're going to put it, really just going to roll way out for a goal kick. So
down inside 3 minutes here. Again, Peters Township 8, Woodland Hills 0. Just sort of coming into the finish. Smooth landing, hopefully, for Peters Township. Take the clean sheet, take the big win, and reset for the second half of this section season, which, again, starts right here next Thursday night against Mount Lebanon in what could potentially be a real section decider game.
Okay, ball up to, I believe this is Nathan. Yes, he's looking. No, he wants to shoot it. Or did he? Not really quite sure if that was a shot or an intended pass. In any case, it's out for a goal kick.
But, after his earlier contribution tonight, I think that one with 2 minutes to go in the contest can be at least a little bit excused.
I don't mind it at all. If it was a shot, absolutely go for it. And if it was a pass, it just had a lot of spice on it. That's all. Okay, so number 37 gets it to his center back. His center back looking to get it up to somewhere, but cut off by Peters. Is that your guy out there? I think it might have been. Who's actually running all the way up now. We got Lucas. We got, I believe, Nathan over there. Charlie looking to catch up to it. Selly with his head on that ball. Cole fighting to get it back. And Woodland Hills, you got to respect them. They're still fighting out there for this last minute here. We're coming down right now. How upset, if at all, does Bobby get if a goal goes in at this last, late hour here?
I think at this point he would certainly use it as his negative takeaway of the game. A good coaching staff always, even in these games, looking for negatives to build off of. I think that would definitely make his job a whole lot easier today in finding that negative, because really, other than that, I think this might have been the most comprehensive performance we've seen all season. You really struggle to find any nitpicks from this performance, and really happy with how it went.
Okay, so in the final 19 seconds, ball into the box, but corralled by the man in green, and he's just going to boot it out, and that is going to be your game for the evening.
And your Peters Township Indians are playoff bound. We'll see you back here Monday night to celebrate our seniors. Your final score from Confluence Financial Partners Stadium, Woodland Hills 0, Peters Township Indians 8.